All right, Riley and
Tanner, pleasure.
Tanner. Okay. First of all, thank you so much once again. I wanted to meet you guys because every time I do meet someone that's moving into Billings, I always want to get a chance to let them know, hey, number one, you guys got a friend here now. All right. You may
Oh,
have family and everything else, whatever, but I'm your friend and we're gonna be like family because we're gonna go through the process and be like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to eat now or what to do or whatever. We'll get to know about each other. And then if you guys need anything, I'm always here for you. Okay.
thank you.
So, like I said, what I really want to do is get to know you guys a little bit. You guys get to know me. I want to be able to answer any and all questions that you have, especially regarding when it comes to purchasing a house here. I want to know if it's your first time. I want to know if you've been through this before. I want to know all kind of crazy things about you guys. And so let's start with goals. All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me your goals.
Well, I just got into medical school, so
Congrats. Oh, yeah, Vista.
yeah, I
My
got Rocky
favorite
Vista.
students over here. I think I told you I owned a coffee shop. Right. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I'm excited to go to your coffee shop.
Heck yes. We love coffee, as you can tell, we're both drinking on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to become probably a psychiatrist, or I'm playing with dermatology, but I'm leaning a lot more heavily into psychiatry, because that's where a lot of my interests lie.
That's awesome.
And then right now I'm an eighth grade, or what is it, history teacher. And then hopefully when we're going to be in Billings, I'll be moving on to high school and such. So I'm
Outstanding.
excited for that. And
And he
just
just applied to a job this week.
exactly. So just got the wheels
Outstanding.
rolling and everything, got my references, got the resume, everything sent out. Haven't had any updates, but weekend before spring break. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Oh, I'll be your reference once we get once we get to
Yes.
know each other here. I know you, so now I can reference you, right?
Perfect.
Now, people know me in town. We're good. Cool. Well, I'll tell you right now, the Billings and not only Billings, but the world need both of you because if you're really looking into
Oh
psychology,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things going on out there in our world and in our minds for a lot of people that really need help. I'm not talking about crazy, cray people. I'm just talking about everyday people, which are
Yeah,
everyday.
exactly.
Well, those people are everyday people, and I don't mean to say those people. That was kind of rude. Anyway, you know, I'm trying to keep politically correct here, and especially teachers too. Oh my gosh! So thank you. So you applied for where? Which high schools?
I think one of them was an opportunity. I forget which the other one was, but it is barely 5 minutes from Rocky Vista, so it's fairly close.
Oh no, it's not. It's around like 15.
Okay, around that area.
It's
And
Broadfield.
is it Broadfield?
I think
Okay,
it's
that was the
Broadfield.
one that I did. And it was like there was another that was on Skyview, but it was an opportunity high school, and both of them were two social studies positions for Billings Public Schools. And
Oh,
yeah, and then I have to contact them this coming week because they're not in session for this weekend, so I can
yeah.
talk to reciprocity for my licensure. So
Yeah.
Well, best of luck and good luck to you both. Honestly, that's so cool. Congrats. A little bit about me. Been here in Billings since '05. Started at Century 21, 8 years there. Opened up Keller Williams Realty after 4 years there, so that's 12 years. And then came the state broker for the company called EXP Realty, and I managed 295 agents across the state. So you're in good hands. Let's just put it that
Oh,
way.
heck
And
yes.
so I do have a sense of humor, and I like to fun around because people take life too seriously sometimes, don't you think? I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely,
there's a
especially in our line work. So, yeah.
right. Yeah. I think if you add a little humor, if you add a little fun, things go a little bit easier. We get to know each other a little bit more, and let's just live life, right? Live, laugh, love, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, coming to Billings, so how much experience do you guys have with Billings?
Very little. I don't think either of us have ever been there. Both of our sets of parents had been. And it turns out that I actually have cousins not in Billings, but in Montana. But I've never talked to those cousins. I found out from my great aunt who I hadn't talked to in forever. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we've got family and friends in Montana. I've got a friend in Billings." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know I had family there." So
Exactly. And then I have like a couple work connections, but that was because
Okay.
of a mentor professor that I had, and like she referenced me a couple places out here, but that's like about it for Billings.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, Billings is they always say it's one of the last best places. I mean, honestly, it's a cool spot. I've been here for God knows how long, almost 20 years right now. It's grown quite a bit in every way, shape, fashion that you can imagine. The industry in real estate, it's like around the United States, it's kind of crazy right now. But I believe Billings probably is one of for the largest cities, the largest city is one of the least expensive places to live when you I can't believe I'm going to say that. Not really, but it is. But if you compare it to like Kalispell, which is far north Northwest, they're like about $700,000 on average to purchase a home. I know, right?
Oh yeah.
Which is beautiful. You have to visit. It's an 7.5, 8 hour drive, depends how fast you are.
Ooh.
But it is the scenery. Let me start with Bozeman. So Bozeman is super expensive. It's like almost $1 million at this point on an average price. And then you hit to Missoula, which is really cool. That's probably about 600, 700, but it's a really cool place. And then you head up to Kalispell and Whitefish, and that's where you got some money. Right. So, but coming through that going to Bozeman is about 2 hours, and from there another 3 hours to Missoula, and then Whitefish 7.5. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is everything you can picture about Montana is there. I mean, just that drive alone. Not to say anything's wrong with the north side of it coming down back to Billings, but yeah. Yellowstone Park. It's one of those things I realized once you really get entwined with Montana, they say 6 degrees of separation, I think, right? Montana, you find there's 2. It's kind of crazy. You're like, yeah, I know so-and-so, whatever. It's crazy. When you get here, you figure, oh crap, I know so-and-so, after you're here for a couple of years. Billings itself, between its culture, is pretty cool. It's growing, let's say that. Things to do, it's growing. I'm not sure if you guys drink at all, but they have a hell of a breweries. Oh my god.
Oh, okay,
nice.
like Colorado.
Colorado, yeah.
Huge on breweries.
Yeah, it is. There's a brewery path around Montana. It's crazy.
Ooh.
We have in Billings alone,
Yeah, exactly.
1, 2, probably have like 5. I know another 2 that are coming up, probably close to 7 or 8 breweries in just the Billings area alone. Hi, Katie. Before we get into real estate, what can I answer for you, Montana Billings wise, or anything about Montana? Any concerns? Yeah, I heard this, and
given that we're from Colorado, and like, I don't know if you can
probably,
I'm just gonna show this is what we're looking at right now. Oh
yeah,
it's gonna,
and it's kind of
it's just white, but it's all
mountain.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. So given that, we keep getting told that we're going to be just like buried underneath snow, and we're wondering, like, is it kind of, because like people say that about Colorado, but it's like, no, we get a whole bunch
maybe
of
like
days,
2 snowstorms every 6 months.
Oh no, it's not, but
like really big ones. Like the one we just had was like
18 to 24 inches.
Yeah, they were very all over the place with this recent one. They were saying at minimum 16 inches and as most 30 inches at some places,
but then it kind of kept increasing in distance. So what is the weather kind of situation?
First of all, awesome, especially in Billings area. There are some high winds in some parts. Like there's an east part of Billings called the Heights. They get a lot of wind, but we get all seasons. Number one, we get all extremes of cold. Like this winter, like I said, being here close to 20 years, it's been the coldest I've ever been in here. It's like minus 26 degrees. All right.
Ooh, cool.
And then the highest I've ever been, I mean, it gets 120 degrees. I mean, it's been hot, it's been cold. I mean, it gets we have the foliage, we have the snow, we have the sun, we have the rain in the spring. I mean, we have the seasons. To say that we get dumped on, like you said, like Colorado, honestly, we'd be lucky at times if we get 4, 5, 6 inches of snow sometimes. I mean,
and we both have all-wheel drive now.
I mean, you're good.
I looked at a car yesterday and it looks really good, and so I'm probably gonna have that car by Wednesday if it's the okay from our mechanic.
What are you getting?
It's a 2015 GMC Terrain.
Oh yeah, they're good. Yeah, and honestly, all-wheel drive is great. All-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive is great when sometimes you guys know how to drive in the winter. I mean, just be careful. I mean, the ice sometimes it's been weird this kind of winter because we've had like 65-degree weather in the dead of winter, and like in February. Then it's like the same day within 4 hours, it's like 28.
Oh, that feels like Colorado.
Yeah, Denver, we had a 70-degree Christmas one year. That was
But we've also gotten snow in July.
Oh yeah.
So
So whatever people are telling you, just to say, you know what? Whatever. Um, listen to Damian. You're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
Yay.
Okay, good
we're
to
good.
know. Good to
All
know.
right. What other questions can I answer? Some general stuff for you.
What types is Billings Public Schools the only school district that's in Billings, or is there like a couple others? I'm just curious what the educational climate is like
Yeah.
there in
Yeah,
Billings and
so
in Greater Montana.
there's 3 public high schools, Skyview, West, and Senior. Skyview is in the Heights East. I'll get a map and I'll show you. Senior is towards like Midtown, and then Billings is the West End. All right. And then there's Central High, which is a Catholic school.
Okay.
And then, and so I mean, we get them all. I mean, we have a large Native American population, mainly Caucasian, definitely, right? I think since I've been in Montana, we're still like under 1% black, whatever. It's kind of crazy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
people are just amazing. I mean, you get your good ones, you get your bad ones. It's anywhere you go, right? It's Billings. So I don't think I answered your question.
That still gives me a good like retrospect of what's involved there. I applied to like I think the 2 of them there, and I think one of them was the Senior, and I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
don't think I did to Skyview. Funnily enough, my other school was on Skyview campus, so when I saw Skyview, I was a little
Right.
bit like
Oh.
confused about that. But other than that, that's good enough. So I
Yes.
like it.
So it'll probably take you to get from one part of town, like far, no, I won't say far east end, which is Shepherd Huntley, which is right outside Billings. Like say Metro Center Heights area to where I am, far west, or let's just say like to where all the box stores are, like 20 minutes, right? So
Wow,
to
nice.
get around, I mean, there's this thing that they call the bypass that they're finally done after 19 years since I've been here. They're
Goodness.
making it a lot easier. But when people talk about traffic here, I mean, you're waiting in a light for 2 minutes, or in people, whatever, I mean, I'm from the East Coast, so I know you get
Gotcha.
traffic, right? So
Yeah.
but the thing
Okay,
is, you
that's
get
good.
acclimated fast. So you're gonna be one of those guys, oh my gosh, how long is it gonna take to get it? It's just the way it is. You'll get that. Billings it has that small time living type, but we're big, you know what I mean?
Okay.
We're about
Sweet.
over 120,000, people. I mean, that's not a lot for a lot of places, but it's
Yeah.
still restaurants and stuff, great eateries, great breweries. I think I mentioned that already. Lots to do, especially with the outdoor sports. If you're into that at all, a lot of camping, hiking trails, bike paths, a huge under there trails around here, which is awesome. If you're bored in Billings, then you just don't like doing a lot of outdoor stuff and you want to stay in the house, I guess. I don't know. It's always you can find something to do.
Nice.
Heck yes.
Nice. So what is the walkability of Billings?
Yeah.
Not so good,
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, public transportation, it is what it is, but it stays on the major arteries. It doesn't really go in and out too much. There is public transportation. Of course, there's no metro. There's Uber is kind of expensive just because it's not a lot
Yeah.
of it there.
I mean,
Everyone's always driving, but I mean, if you have to really get from place A to place B. I mean, there's a lot of people walking because the only reason they're walking is they don't have cars, they can't afford cars or whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is, it's life.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Okay. Fair enough.
walkability, it is possible because we do have sidewalks, yes. We do have running water and electric, yes. No more buggies. But no, I mean, the walkability on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give it a 3 or 4,
Okay. That's kind of what we're
Yeah.
used to.
How's the walkability of like the main town center and stuff, like where they have all the restaurants? Like, is there like a central street or anything like that? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
so there's let's get a map. Before I forget, 2 questions. I think you told me you found me where? How'd you find me? I always ask that question, I keep forgetting.
I think it was like Google, and then I went to this like website where I signed in.
Did you get my relocation guide? Is that the one? Or just my website?
No, I think it was just like a realtor search website.
Oh, and you found me? Oh,
Exactly. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you find some more information on oh gosh, where is it? Billings in itself. So you'll have that's living in Billings, and then I have a relocation guide. It's there. I'm gonna send you the link for my relocation guide, and what that looks like
Okay.
is this document right here that we're gonna go through. And it has, well, my benefits, blah, blah, blah. And after all the fluff, it talks about some mortgage information. And then it goes into utility companies, Yellowstone County utility companies, It also goes into your community guys, so museums
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
love
Ooh,
museums.
yay! That'll be
Arts
perfect.
and cultures. These have the links and everything, all the different restaurants we have, because I like to eat, municipalities, and I think that's about it. Notes. This is our MLS. You guys familiar with the MLS, multiple listing service? This is where all the realtors go and put our listings in, and not only put our listings in, but we can also set up searches for the buyers to find homes. So I'll read that later. And so what I'm going to do real quick is just go to, all right, so Billings. What you see here on the bottom, you won't see able to say, oh, the top, oh my gosh, it's even getting worse. All these green things, it's homes in our MLS, multiple listing service, right? So it used to be 25 homes at a time. We're down to 573 homes in our MLS. That's how a country is right now. It's just not, people don't want to move because interest rates are high and it's crazy, so people are just hunkering down and waiting for things to happen. But new construction is being built all over now. So these are all homes in our MLS. All right. So what we're going to do is focus in the Billings area though. All right. This big cluster in the middle. Remember I mentioned the Heights area? This is the Heights area right here. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
All right. Skyview High School. If I drill, I used to live up here. Skyview High School is in this Wix is right here. Okay.
Gotcha.
This
Cool.
area.
Okay.
If I were to zoom into that bad boy, there's Skyview High School right there.
Gotcha. Wow, that's a big wow.
That is.
Holy cow.
You'll get your steps in.
It's a good high school. The Heights is on the east end of Billings. This is Billings proper, all of Billings, right? But this right here is Midtown area. This is downtown right here. Right here, this line around here is called the Rims, all right? The Rims is the geographical landmark for Montana. It's north, okay? So when you look at the Rims, it has its own beat. It's not, Montana's kind of, I won't say flat, but it is. Billings is kind of flat area, and around it, and if you start driving around, you see some beautiful mountainscapes. All right, gorgeous. Now that's more if you look towards west and the south. So you'll see the Blue Ridge, the crazy mountains are in this area down on this side, and this is the Beartooth Mountains down here in this area further out right here. Heading west, you'll see the Crazies, and heading south, you'll see the Beartooth, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then on the back of you, which is the north, you have the Rims right there. Okay, it's absolutely gorgeous. Its own type of beauty. You'll see I'm sure you probably see in Billings, Montana. You see these rock formations, this flat rock formation.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the Rims. So in
Okay.
the Heights area right here, there is the east end of the Heights. See this line? This is Main Street right here. There's the east end of the Heights, and then there's the west end of the Heights. The east end of the Heights is a little bit more older homes. There's some new construction on the outlining areas, a little bit less expensive. And this side, this is where they're really building up, by Skyview area right here. And all these homes are, which used to be an average of 260, now are, where are we right now? 404.
404. Yeah, that's what
430.
we're seeing a lot in Colorado too.
Yeah, I mean it's
an average home being around 500,000.
Yeah, it's prices about $420,000 right now, average on a home in Montana. Kind of crazy. This is Lake Elmo right here. It's a cute little lake, right? Surrounding areas. There's a lot of communities around there. This right here is Main Street, like I mentioned before. This is where a lot of the commercials, so restaurants and Walmart, Target.
Okay.
It's not a lot of the box stores per se, like the West End, but they say that the Heights is like its own little city in itself within Billings. All right. So either you love the Heights, hate the Heights. That's sometimes there's no in betweens because people love it because of the affordability. It's more, I won't say community oriented. It's just the Heights. It's their own little self.
Yeah.
Whereas the West End, all this area is a lot more expensive. So as you head towards downtown area, which is right here, there's a couple of ways to get out of the Heights. You have coming straight down, you could head into downtown area. You can take 90 and get on the highway, or you can go above the Rims and get to the West End. They're building this new thing. I think it's right here where it's called a bypass. So they're going to be another way to get out
I'm
of the
gonna get
heights.
around.
Right.
Cool.
So this area right here is typically a bottleneck, and so a lot of people get frustrated. This is right here, our not convention center, but our concerts. It's called the Metra. All right. So it's huge conventions and all that kind of stuff that go there. Down, these are where the hospitals are right here. There's two major hospitals in town. This is
Gotcha.
downtown Billings. They're building up a lot more, and there's a lot of new construction in regards to building up some really industrial areas to make them look cool. And so they're doing some revitalization. Okay.
Fun.
As you're coming now into this area, let's just say this is considered the South Side. South Side has its, so either people love it and it's a very affordable and such. But yeah, that's the South Side. Can't say much more about it than that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's some great parts of the South Side. There's some parts that you gotta be very careful on the South Side. It's growing.
Okay.
And it's growing for the better. All right. I would
Nice.
almost say a little bit of gentrification, but it is what it is. You'll see when you get here. Anyway, so you had a question about there's some major arteries going east to west when you leave downtown. So one of the major ones is Grand Avenue right here. Huge commercial area straight down. This is considered like between First Avenue and like to 24th is really considered Midtown Billings. Okay. All these homes are either early 1900s, 1950s built, 1960s. So you have the older stuff and the older charm. I mean, some of Victorian stuff. There's some older homes. I mean, especially up towards north of Grand by this is Pioneer Park where they have Symphony in the Park and all the happy good stuff. Beautiful area, great affordable-ish homes in the area. Rocky Mountain Vista, not Rocky Mountain, but Rocky Mountain College is right here. As you go north of Billings, prices get a little bit more expensive. As you go west of Billings, it's the same thing. Prices start getting more expensive. All right. If you stay like between, like I said, Grand right here and like the numbered streets, maybe the letter street A, B, C, and D, and E and F, they get mid range. Some really nice homes. Those are where mainly the average prices are. So let's see if I'm right. This one is, yep, 329. Okay. This one is 398. All right. As you get higher up, sometimes you'll see a lot of these go up. That's 350, 569, 478. See where I'm going?
Yeah.
Start heading down, you start getting a lot of these prices. 465. This area is it's a little bit exceptional area. It's one of those areas that people really want to be in because it's midtown, really cool homes. It's the style, sometimes it's the area, but it's a lower part of the numbers. The people really take care of their stuff in this area, right? Start heading west again. I was going to mention three arteries: Grand, Broadwater, and Central. Those are the major three main arteries that head east to west. Monad is a smaller secondary type artery that's between Central and King Avenue. King Avenue is heading towards the west end of Billings. So you see where it says West End right there, right? Here's that Monad I was talking about. 24th Street, where it's right here, is another major artery. This is where you're going to find a lot of commercial restaurants and Panera Bread and a lot of other different Winco, a lot of different commercial businesses. As we head a little bit south on King Avenue, this is where a lot of the box stores are. All right, so we have your Costco's and Sam's Clubs. And well, Sam's Club is further east a little bit, but you'll have a lot of your Best Buy. And as you start heading west again, things start getting more expensive. All right, so now you're at 710. Look at that. You're looking at 1.6 million, right? This is here's a nice little home here for 139, but that would be a mobile home. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, and that's funny. One thing about Billings is you'd be surprised you'll find these $1.6 million homes, and 4 blocks later there's a trailer park, right? That's you get some of that stuff throughout Billings. And then if you wanted to live outside the Billings area, some great places. If you wanted to live further in Shepherd, this is Shepherd up here, and 359, but you get some land. You get a half acre up to an acre to 5 acres to 10 acres. If you want to live in Laurel is a lot cheaper. It's only 20 minutes from Billings Center. All right. Just all you gotta do is take 90. Park City's a little bit further. You're probably talking about 30 30 minutes, and you drive into Billings. Columbus is about 45 minutes, and then you can get as far as Livingston is awesome. And Bozeman is right, Belgrade.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Bozeman is right here. So it's a great day trip if you want. I would always say spend the night in Bozeman one night and just walk around. I mean, it's so cool.
It's like Colorado Springs compared
Yeah.
to us, Colorado Springs, it's about an hour and a half south for where we're living right now. So
Cool.
pretty much same deal, kind of like you have to stay
Right.
the night,
Exactly.
but you gotta plan for 3-hour round trip.
Right, yeah. I know I've been to Colorado Springs. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, shoot.
Sweet.
Yeah. So like from Westminster or Arvada,
Yeah.
to Colorado Springs. Yeah.
Another cute little place is Red Lodge. If you ever want to take the chance to visit, it's another Beartooth Mountains, or you can go up a trail there. This is Red Lodge area. It's one of those cute little quaint towns, right, with the market stores and great place of it. Another great Red Lodge brewery down there. Awesome to visit, and you can drive and head up to Cook City through the mountains. There's a lot of places to stop and take some pictures. It's just gorgeous, and it's about a 45-minute drive from the center of Billings.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
So that is your very large overview of Billings itself. All right. Did that help just a little bit, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Cool. All right. Actually, before I go into the real estate part, any other questions that I can probably answer for you? So I think you mentioned you talked to a lender already.
Yes. So we're waiting on, as soon as he gets a job and we get a hold of some admins
Exactly.
to ask them, because that's really kind of the stopping point.
Mm-hmm.
I actually talked to him. He did say, even though he's getting paid through August for his job that he has right now, they don't count that.
Right.
Like even if he had a job lined up right now and he was getting paid through August and would start to get paid by that new job, that would not count.
Right.
In terms of like closing.
Yeah, because I think
but we're gonna get hold of some admins, see if we can talk. I mean, we've got some. I'd like to think that like a medical student and a teacher, we would have a little bit of flexibility. Like, hey, we really want to move. We want to get a house. That's really
school bare minimum 4 years, and then if you stay residency, bare minimum 8 probably. So
I'm actually looking because residency, you're often auditioning at the clinics that you did your clinicals at, so or the hospitals that you did your clinicals at. So I am really kind of planning at least 8 years in Billings, if not.
Exactly.
And then there's also like Montana's loan repayment program, and I am so happy to like work in underserved areas. That really, I mean, why be a doctor just to treat people who already have access to quality health?
No, I that is awesome. I love where your hearts are, guys. Thank you so very much again. Yeah, thank you. That's cool. You should be proud of yourselves, honestly. That is cute. I wish there were more people in the world like you. I really do.
Me too.
Yeah, no, that means a lot to me, because I come from a very, my background not been very, let's just say it took a lot, and I worked my way up, and it's great. So definitely understand. So great job. Thank you. Well, yeah. So if you need any assistance, or if you need any phone numbers regarding a lender, just let me know. I can provide you with 3. You guys understand the interest rates and APRs?
Yeah.
Interest rates, everyone can provide you the same interest rate, right? It's the APR at the back end, right? Those back end numbers and I always give the example, if one lender may charge you $20 to pull your credit, the other one might charge you 120. So you gotta be careful and talk to these lenders and say, okay, so what are the back end numbers? What's your APR? Can I get a list of that? You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. These people, when I say these people, these lenders are, just like me, trying to earn your business. So they want to get you the best rate possible. Okay,
that's good to know. Sweet. Let me write that down.
You guys are probably not going to look to purchase a home probably for 3 to 6 months, almost, maybe, right? Is that about right? Or
I mean, so ideal if we can talk to the admins and get kind of like a start date that's a little bit earlier than it normally would be, then we would likely want to move into a house June.
Yeah.
That's the ideal.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't really want to be doing this once I'm in medical school.
And that's that's
he's working
July.
full
That's
time.
end of July for this one.
Yeah.
And like I'll be, if I get in June, I can be all the way prepped up to start August. And then
Right.
that'll be best case scenario. I'll be able to finish out this career's paycheck section literally right on August, start it up, and then everything gets going from there.
Well, you guys are gonna be knee deep in this stuff. Whoa, you don't need that. You don't need the stress of finding a home.
Yeah.
And here's the reason I bring this up. You may run into it. So with most recently, in the past 2 days, National Association of Realtors, and you can look this up, or I can send you information.
The thing that just changed where they're not allowed to like do a flat 6%.
Right. Well, and that's what some with the general public, they think it's a flat 6%. Government is trying to tell everyone, which some realtors are not saying, is that commissions rates are flexible. We charge the seller X amount, 4 to 6% to list their home. And what the government is saying is that, well, you're not really charging them, you're actually the buyer's really kind of paying for that. So how are you really charging them? Because in order for you to buy a home, you don't have to have a buyer's agent, okay? Because you're a buyer, because they're saying, well, the buyer's really paying for that. Because a lot of agents are saying, well, you get my services for free. Well, it's not really that way, because it's already put into
It's part of the cost of the home.
Right, part of the home. So the government is saying, well, how can you tell the buyers this? All right. So what's happening right now is that they're saying, well, the buyers are going to have to start paying this amount of money. Realtors are like, well, buyers can barely afford to pay their down payment, especially VA and FHA, because they're not allowed to pay into anything. So the VA and FHA rules, especially VA. We're like, well, what's going to happen to these buyers? How are they going to go through the process and understand and make sure they're not getting screwed by the seller or the listing agent and all that stuff? Well, government's saying, well, they got to figure it out. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, whatever. We'll see what we can do. So as of July, all this stuff is coming down. All right. So that's why I asked, well, when are you guys going to? It doesn't hurt me or us. We're going to navigate through this together one way or the other. There's always ways. We're going to pivot, all right, and make sure you get what you want, period, as the buyer. I'm here. I raised my hand. I said, I'm all about the buyer. I'm all about the seller. I'm all about home ownership. I'm one of those realtors. I'm one of the good guys, I think. All right. Not I think, I know that I'm going to do, regardless of what anyone else says, we're going to help you find a home. All right. If it costs me nothing, or if it costs me an arm and a leg, we're going to help you find something. One way or the other, we're going to make it happen for you. Okay. Perfect. So we'll navigate through that. I had to tell you this because it just happened. And people are going to get affected by it, especially the buyers, which is going to suck.
Yeah, we heard about it from my mom. She's like, God, this is all changing.
Just came and just happened. So
yeah. Well, here's the thing, and for realtors that are going to be like, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? I'm never going to make any money. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? Life happens. We're going to pivot. Like I said, we just got to show, as the realtors, our value to you, to show you, hey, this is why you're paying this much, or why list sellers are paying this much. So we can help navigate you through all the craziness. All right. So yeah, I'm not going to really work for free. I don't want to. I mean, I got stuff to do. I got my girl, my mom just came. I got a mortgage. Like, I mean, come on, let's go. Anyway, I make light of it, but it is one of those things that we'll have to look at eventually. We think about Billings, Montana, at least Billings, Montana agents. We're going to help each other out. One way or the other, I'm going to get paid. You're going to get in a home. Listing agents like myself, I have a number of listings. I'm trying to let my sellers know, hey, in order for us at times to get someone to look at your home, we're probably going to have to pay a buyer's agent to look at it. Hell or high water. We can't just pay me and expect me to try and find the buyers for you, because number one, that's double my work. So yes, we're going to get paid, but I wouldn't mind, having another agent involved so they can protect their people, right? That's the way it is. Oh, yeah. So that's a little education for you, but moving forward, we won't think about that, because I'm pretty 95% sure, not 99, 95% sure that other agents, listing agents, are going to be like, hey, let's get your buyers in here. You'll get paid, Damian. Let's do what we have to. Let's do the right thing, right? And that's what I'm so happy about our industry here in Billings for. We got some great realtors. So looking at that, you don't know where you might be, but I want to probably keep the search as general as possible. So let's look at a couple of things things real quick before we start looking at that. Let's go to this relocation guide. There's a document in here. I just want to make sure I have all your information. In the chat, can you do me a favor and just type in both your names, email addresses, and phone number? All right, I'm going to take that, copy and paste it. While someone is doing that, I'll start asking a couple of questions. I'm not sure if you guys are like me, that I'd be like, hold on a second, let me finish this first, or can you multitask? Because I'm not.
All good. Chaos is the natural thing for a teacher, so I love it.
All right, cool.
Name, phone, email. I'm sorry. I can't. He can't.
Name, phone, email, and that's it. And the rest is I'll just be taking some notes. Because what that's gonna allow me to do is just copy and paste this into the next step, and that's searching for a home for you guys. Okay. So as I'm talking out loud right now, anybody answer, maybe you, sir. The best times to contact you anytime. I'm really good with text. So if you can't get a hold of me, if I don't pick up, just text me. Because honestly, it either means A, I'm with someone or I'm sleeping. I mean, that's honestly it. Otherwise, I'm always on my phone. My wife understands it. We have a mortgage. We get it. What's the best way for communication for both of you guys? Because what I want to do is put you both on a text, right? And just make sure you guys get information.
Texting.
Yeah, I think texting probably for both of us.
Yeah, that'll be best. Just like this one's always on phone.
I am
most of the time unless I'm working, and yeah.
Cool. And I always say I love when I hear from both of you, because sometimes things can get lost in translation. That's why I just wanted both of you guys are here. We can communicate.
Yeah, we can do a group chat.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm the voice of reason for both of you. Sometimes when we start looking at homes, and I'll be like, I'm gonna step away for a second. You guys need to sort that out. Or I might be like, hey, none of my business, and it's not my money, but I'm gonna give you my objective opinion so you guys can talk about this, because there's a yes, no, maybe, right, wrong, whatever, but there's 3 ways to look at something. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So expect me to be your counselor. What's most important? Location, price, features.
Yeah, location probably within 30 minutes of. I would like to be within, if we can get 30 minutes of one of them.
Okay.
Ideally, ideally 30 minutes between. I mean, obviously we don't know where exactly he's going to be, but I'm hoping
most schools are off on the highway, so I'll be perfectly fine wherever I get to, though.
So I guess within 30 minutes of Rocky Vista University. Would be ideal.
So let's look at that. That would honestly leave out the Heights. You said 15 minutes from Rocky Vista. The Heights is like 20 minutes.
That'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah,
within
30.
So the Heights, all right, cool. So Heights is right here. Let's say you live on the far end of like Lake Elmo right here, right? There's a couple of ways to get to Rocky Vista. Probably the best ways would just be to take, which is called the Rims. All right. I mentioned that to you this is Route 3. So you get on Airport Road and you travel. You avoiding all of the city, Billings, and you're going to eventually come down this wonderful, crazy, windy road called Zimmerman Trail. It's a cool little trail, and if you don't want to do that, you come down here and head down Rimrock, and you go straight, right? And then this is Shiloh right here. You eventually come down Zimmerman Trail to hit Rimrock, or just start coming down, because there's another way for you to come up and then down, and then go down Rimrock. And then Rocky Vista, once you come down Shiloh, is right down like here, right before.
Nice.
Let's say worst case scenario in the deepest of snow, 25 minutes. All right.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's better than what we had to do for the university. So yeah.
So if you look at that, you have the option of living in the Heights, West End, Midtown, anywhere you want. So we'll keep it pretty open, and we'll take a look at that here in a minute. Newer homes are pretty pricey at this point. We're looking at a minimum of $420 probably for a brand new home, unless you are okay with settling for like a townhouse or a condo. You can go lower, as low as $200 and something thousand. What I like about townhouses and condos too, you think about your future, and if you get something smaller, and if you're going to be here long enough, really consider being an investor, right? So you live in your home for 2 or 3 years, right? You have enough equity in there, you have some down payment, rent that one out and buy something that you really want. I'm not here to spend all your money, right? I don't want you to spend all your money. I want you to really look at your future, because real estate is one of the best ways to do that.
Yeah, and that's the other reason we don't really want to be putting money into a rental and using that when we could be building equity.
Exactly.
So I'm going to share this we're going to talk about the money question real quick. So what I'm going to do, we have this, one of our title companies have this great little app called Chicago Agent, and Chicago Agent allows us to see what the monthly payment would averagely be. I don't think averagely is a word, but would be. Okay. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, cool. I can't see you right now, but I'm looking at my phone. All right. So as a buyer, there's conventional, which is 5, 10, 20% down, FHA, which is 3.5% down, or VA, which is nothing down. Also, when you're talking to your lender, speak to them and ask them about any teacher or student type loans that will help benefit you. There are some out there that may assist with down payment. I don't know, where would you guys begin? Conventional FHA, like I said, FHA is 5, 10, 20% down. I'm sorry, conventional, and then FHA would be like 3.5% down.
We probably do conventional. We
Yeah.
have been saving with the idea of doing. I mean, our parents
10 to
told us
20% down payment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our parents
we've been
told us
aiming for that.
20%. But we don't know what the standard is nowadays. If 20% is still
Like I said,
Okay.
Perfect. We would be going.
Yeah, we're
for
doing
that as Dan.
conventional.
Yeah.
that is awesome. Congratulations. I sound like a proud dad because that's so cool. Because a lot of people don't think that way. You tell your parents to do an amazing job. All right. So
Yay.
let's look at that. Let's say we're just going to throw numbers out there. Okay. So we're going to look at $420,000 an average price home right now. I'm just going to show you where those numbers at. Let's say you are doing 20%. Let's say the average interest rate is that amount, 30-year loan. You close sometime and I'm just going to throw end of July. Compute that's what you're looking at for a monthly payment. And that will be your down payment. So now we're going to play with these numbers. Looking at either your down payment to bring to close. Well, let's go with the monthly payment. How much would you guys be comfortable paying for a mortgage, which includes principal and interest, taxes and insurance, making sure you have your tithing, or if you do savings, making sure that you can pay your car payments, making sure you can eat at night and not just doing ramen and peanut butter.
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
are you comfortable with?
Full disclosure, we have been thinking about getting a house basically our entire
Yeah,
relationship.
for
So about
6 years.
6 years. And so currently we're about, I think 1,500 would be kind of
Would be willing to
1,600.
stretch to like 1,700 for
But that's
monthly payment.
really
but
kind
that's
of stretching,
dependent.
and that's following 30%. Really, we would like to be
Exactly.
around 30%. But if it's if
Yeah.
a couple of years we're having,
And it'll be on my salary as well.
yeah,
teacher
it'll be on
salary.
his because I can't work.
Starting teacher salary for Montana is around like 57,000.
Although you'll be,
Little bit
depending
more
on
dependent.
how he might be a second or third year teacher, depending on if they take his internship as
Exactly.
a first year. Some places do, some places don't.
Okay.
So he might be
Yeah.
50 to 60,000 a year is kind of what we're going to be
Exactly.
on.
All right, so that's gonna, oh no, that's just all screwed up. Let's bring it down to 295. And let's say you said 20% probably. All right, we're getting close. Let's just say 250. All right. Boom. All right. This is where at 1668, I'm going to say that's a home at 250. Let's go to 260 because we can always negotiate down. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
When I tell people worst case scenario, what are they going to say? No. And you're like, okay, we move on. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. And
Yeah. And we are open to like older homes.
Definitely
But we're-
townhouses.
Yeah.
what
Townhouse,
have it.
not as much condos. I like having at least one wall separate.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But
That would be a patio home here then. So a patio home doesn't share a wall. That's the townhouse that shares the wall.
yeah, if
Okay.
there's one wall sharing, that's fine. If
Yeah.
it's like a
Oh.
condo where you've got more than a couple of
Okay.
walls,
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with 260. We can also always negotiate down. So let's look at those. So we're good with, we're going to look at the criteria here. All right, so active homes in between and just all of Billings proper. Okay, would you consider Laurel is 25 minutes away?
would you?
Actually,
I'm
let's look at the
sorry.
houses in Laurel area, or not Laurel area, Billings
Billings.
area, and then let's add it. And if we need to expand, yeah.
Lower part here on the lower left of your screen, you'll see these numbers. It used to be 573, now it's 303,000. I mean, 303. All right. Those are how much homes so far left. It's in the Billings proper area. I'm assuming minimum 2-bedroom, 1-bath.
Minimum
Yeah,
two,
two bed, 2 bed, 1 bath. Because we know
And-
that when we have room to grow, like given that I will be making a little bit more money after I
And
get
1
out
to
of
2 garage
residency,
is
it's
fine.
kind of like
Yeah.
and actually residency I'll be making around a little bit more.
Yeah, then we'll have a
Like
decent
50,
upgrade after that, but-
60,000. So we know that this isn't like the final end home.
Exactly.
But even if it's all in Billings.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Good. So we just cut out 90% of the homes so far.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just by that criteria alone. 2
Yep.
plus. That is hard to believe. Let's see. Did I do this right? 2 plus bedrooms, 1 plus bath. Oh, here you go. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
1
there we go.
plus garage. Back up to 267. I'm like, holy.
There we go.
All right. So the biggest thing is going to bring us down here. Actually, let's take out. Oh, I'm assuming. Do you care for mobiles or modulars or manufactured?
That's your choice. I
Not
don't
really.
care. He's a little
bit differentiating away from mobile, but
We'll take it out for right now. I want to see how to make sure everybody's happy. Take those out right now. We're down to 260. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're not equal to, and then this is the big one, right? So let's go 150 to 260. Here it comes. What do we got? 7 matches. Here's what we got. Okay. So with that being said, we have 7 homes. Out of those 7 homes, 2 of them are townhouses. And we'll just quickly take a look at these right now. And then with what you sent me, I'll just forward you that information, this information. Taking a look, let's look at the map itself first. They are pretty much as one in the Heights and looks like one on the far west, and then pretty much they're midtown. No, you got choices. It all depends on what those choices are, right? This first one. All right. So, and I'll tell you about the areas too. So this one is more of, this is Monad and 29. So this is 24th. Remember, one of the major arteries. This is the Rimrock Mall right here.
Oh,
Right?
it's right next to
Mall's
that's
right-
that's really cool.
yeah.
Mall's right there. Hold on. This is not moving there. I can see it now. All right. And if I zoom out, you'll see that this is King Avenue. So this is where all the box stores and everything are. All right.
That is actually
Really
pretty nice.
close.
Yeah.
It's not bad, not a bad area whatsoever by any means. Sometimes you have to just the location. Sometimes you're concerned about your neighbors, right? So this one says it was originally at 215. They brought it down to 190. As soon as they start off with perfect home or rental opportunity, you know there's something wrong. 0.2 bedroom, 1 bath. Then this looks like, oh, it's a townhouse. All right. So this one's a townhouse. So you're sharing a wall with someone. Tenant pays. Okay. The deemed liable. Necessary questions. Sold as is. Once you start seeing that sold as is there, that tells you something's going down. There's no HOA, which is good. No HOA document. Tenant pays 800. Okay. So that's a little bit confusing. So I'm assuming that you own the whole house and the tenant
And then
next
there's a
door,
tenant in there.
which
Already.
is good, which is great if they're
Yeah.
paying
That
in.
would be cool.
Yeah.
Question is the condition of this property. I'm like, it would be my concern.
Yeah, renters can be.
Rent.
Are there any images from inside the house or
Yeah,
no?
we're gonna take a look at 7 images. That's another questionable thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not bad.
Oh,
It's cute.
lovely.
Jump on this right now for crying out loud. Really?
Wow, that is actually
Now,
quite nice.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering, now, is it the whole house? Now, that's my question. Is it the whole house or just the half? Because look, there's the 2 doors right here, right?
Yeah.
So that would be my question if that's the case. And I would have to get a hold of the agent and see what's going on. I would only assume that you're paying for half. That's what
Yeah.
because honestly, this would have been off the market a long time ago. I would have
Yeah.
I would have bought this because for that price
Too good
for
to be
the whole
true.
thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So there's one option.
Keep it in the back pocket.
enough.
Research it more.
And I'm going to forward you guys this information. Okay. So this one is on Krumheimer. So Lockwood is like the Heights, like a separate city of itself, but still Billings. So we're looking at Lockwood, which is, so this is Lockwood. Here's the Heights. Lockwood. You have to get on 90 and either get off of one of the, you would have to get off of Shiloh and then head up, and then the Rocky Vista is right there.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's still like a 20-minute, 15, 20 minutes. All right. And then the high schools that I was talking about. So what, say West is here, Senior is here, Skyview is up here.
Okay, so that's all
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time-wise, we're not very picky about our driving.
No,
I'm already at 33 minutes for my present job, and college was 45
Yeah, we
minutes.
both went to college
Yeah.
at
Okay.
UC Denver, and it was a
So-
30-minute, 45 if it was snowing.
Right.
We are
Yeah.
not afraid of driving.
So this is a
We're
single
not
family
highway
home,
driven.
all right? Single family home,
Okay. Okay.
car garage. That's not bad
I
at
like that
all, right?
fireplace. Oh my god, that green shower.
We'll have to sort that one out. 275 originally down to 222. It's a 5-bedroom home, 1 bathroom. That's weird. House situated in a quiet Lockwood area. It is, I know that area. Property is lender owned. Okay, sold as is. So this is a repossessed home. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as I see settlement issues, I'm telling you guys to move on. It's up to you, but this is what that $31,000 is. It's saying that there's possible settlement issues. All right.
Okay.
And it's not financeable to FHA, VA, or rural development.
Oh.
Yep.
That's another side thing I forgot to tell you about. Rural development loans is a really cheap interest rate, so something to look into if you are outside the city of Billings. So it's in the county of Billings. So
Okay.
you get a better loan. So we'll just remember a rural development loan. So that's a possible option, but obviously there's some issues going on with it. The next one is on Burlington. I'm going to tell you to pass this one up. I've been in a number of times and it has major settling issues. Okay.
Oh, yikes.
So this one right here is on the far west end. There are people who like this area and not, just because it looks kind of sketchy with the trailers right here. And then there's some single family homes.
Gotcha.
And then, there's people that just has a lot of cars in their lot. It's just yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. Oh gosh, this is a piece of work. All right. This one is my listing. So this is a townhouse. I think unless she needs to come down on the price base. God bless their soul. They had it's a great home, but it's a great starter home. They had to move out of town because of work, and they did the best that they could with what they had and financially wise. And they tried. They tried. So this one comes with a 1-car garage. It's a 3-level. This is heading into the home. It has a bit of a cat smell. I would say that there would need to be they put that's actual hardwood flooring.
Beautiful.
Right, they did that on this is the bedroom upstairs, and they did that in the basement downstairs, but the carpets that's in the main level have to go, and so
Okay.
you can
That's
get
okay.
Yeah, that's not bad of a.
Yeah, and cat smell doesn't really worry us. We've got 3 of our own.
Right.
And I foster cats, so I know how to get cat smell out.
So if you're good with that, I mean, and they bought some trim that didn't work and they didn't have time to complete it, so there's trim that's missing. There's in this bedroom as well as the other one. This is the carpet, as you can see, would have to it needs to be replaced.
What type of fireplace is that?
So that's a wood burning fireplace. You have a wood burning fireplace there. This is the main level. This is looking in from the kitchen area. That's another bedroom upstairs. That's the bathroom between the 2 bedrooms. That's the bathroom upstairs.
Nice.
It's a nice place. This is the downstairs. So they didn't finish the trim downstairs. The painting is lacking. I mean, they tried. They decided to paint everything white because it was all different colors, but they didn't have time to do the second coating. So you can see this wall was blue.
Yeah, that's usual. That's okay.
That's cool.
Trim is there.
We could save this one in the back pocket. This would be a nice one.
That's a serious contender for me.
Yeah.
And it's for a lot of people. Here's the trim. That's the wash machine and dryer.
Are they taking the washer and dryer?
Or does that stay?
That stays.
Nice.
Oh my god.
This might be a really strong contender for us then, yeah.
If you can jump on this one and you like it, what I can do too sometime next week is and that's another thing I didn't tell you. I can do a virtual tours with you. So I'll just have my phone. If you don't have an Apple, we can do Google Meet, and I just walk around with the phone at my chest level and we're looking at the home together. Anytime I turn, go close, whatever the case may be. All right. So if you ever happen to see anything that you like, you want to say, hey, Damian, really want to see this home, let's go.
Honestly, I think that this is one of
This
those
is a pretty
homes
good
that I would
contender.
want to.
I'm good at fixing up this entire
I'm so
basement
happy with
area that
Billings.
I'm in. My
Well-
dad and I worked on getting it all fixed.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was completely blank. They like built the wall.
Yeah,
built the
completely
walls
stripped.
completely.
Had to put in all the stucco fireplace
But-
we put in. So
Really?
And we actually just got rid of, my parents just got rid of a whole bunch of carpet
Yeah, so
in their
we're
house.
very-
So that's
Well, there you
we're
go.
good at fixing, I guess, is the
yeah,
best thing so far.
we've had experiences recently that
Well, I got a project for you. No, it's not bad. It just needs some love. That's all it does.
Exactly. And
It does. That was the garage, the center one right here. So your place would be that right there, right?
okay.
Garage is right here, single garage right there. And then we'll go back to the pictures again. But yeah, there she is.
that's a solid contender for us.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's
The
so
heart,
cute.
the floors,
It's-
everything is pretty good.
It's a great location too, and I'm not trying to sell you on this place. It's just I know it's affordable, which is good. So this is on Granger. There's a middle this is
right on King.
this is elementary school right here. Rocky Vista would be right here.
Nice.
Oh, wow,
That
that
is
is so
amazing.
close.
And the
Still-
schools are just up that. Nice.
5-minute drive, if that. I mean, probably 3 minutes right there to
Oh my
there.
god.
Wow.
The high schools are one here, and then there's the Heights, of course, up here. Less than 50 minutes from the high schools. Actually, about
Wow.
5 minutes from west. And then all the box stores and King Avenue, all that stuff right there.
Oh my god, yeah, it's right around.
Amazing.
Awesome. And let's see. All right, so yeah, there's that one. So we'll hold on. If
Well, we could
I
argue-
do get an offer on it or something, or someone's considering it, I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Perfect.
thank
But,
you.
That one, yeah.
When you guys are both available next week, let me know and we'll do a walkthrough with it. Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah,
Um,
and actually this week he's on spring break. so it'd
Exactly.
be
So spring
perfect.
break is
Perfect.
perfect. So anytime is open for next.
Yeah.
This one just came back on the market. It is, I'm not gonna lie, it's going through foreclosure. It's 864. I used to have this one listed. Now a colleague of mine has it listed. I think this one is in rough shape also on the exterior. I think there's hoarders in there. That's why you're not gonna see any not hoarders,
Ah.
but not hoarders, people that occupy the home without permission and just stay there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It happens.
So
Okay.
there's no pictures of the interior. I'll have to look for some other pictures, 1103 Central from the past. I don't even think I had pictures when I had it. But yeah, it's kind of a hot mess in there right now. That's why it's for 215. This one I don't know much about at all. Haven't seen this one. But it's cute. Looks pretty cute.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow, that hardwood.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
and a cat
Oh,
too.
meow, meow. I
We're
love
already
that.
sold partially for that.
Yeah, if a cat can live there.
Garage. Yeah, look,
Big
that
size
looks like
garage.
big size
Wow,
Wow,
yard.
that is a beautiful lawn.
So this one is 1150 square
Mhm.
feet, 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath, or 1 bath, nearly half an acre, which is pretty cool. So this is in the Heights. Remember the little heart-shaped Lake Elmo, and just taking Main Street, all the different ways you can get to the West End, Midtown, and all that. We can eventually take a look at that one too if you want. And then I think there's only one more, maybe. This one's on Foster Lane.
Cute.
Oh, that
Looks-
is cute. Ooh.
Size home.
Oh my gosh.
Solid.
Got a fridge.
Yeah. And once again, oh, hello.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Who chopped? What did they chop up
Ooh.
there?
Beautiful
Good
yard.
size.
Yeah.
Lot.
Solid space for the
Solid
garage.
garage.
3 bedroom, 1 bath home. So this is more close to Midtown-ish area.
Mhm.
Okay.
Monad, First Avenue would be.
State Avenue.
So this is more of an industrial type area. The home is at the end. That's why you saw, yeah, that's what it was right there. It's more of an
Okay.
industrial area, like one of the last homes, it looks like, south of that area. You go up here, this is Central, one of the major arteries. This is where the box stores are, so not too far from them. Midtown, of course, and then that's probably a 10-minute drive from
Solid.
stuff,
Yeah.
the high schools right there.
Sweet.
Cool. Cool.
So that's what we got. Hopefully it gave you a good idea of
Yeah.
what to get for the price and definitely location so you know where you are.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this information, your information that you sent me here on the chat, and then get these sent over to you. take a look at it, and your job is to find a lender. If you do need a lender, once again, I have 3 that I can have you contact. All 3 of them are brokers, and I like using brokers opposed to lending institutions, like banks and such, because they have more options to go search for good prices for your loan.
Sweet.
Okay, yeah.
So
That sounds good.
that's what I
Yeah.
got for you. What questions do you have for me?
Can I actually get those lenders? Just
Yeah.
Back.
So
yeah, I mean, might as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
just so
no,
we know
what I will do, make it easy for you, and not put them in any specific order. They're all great people. What I'm going to do is I'll just text you those right now so that you have them. So
Perfect. Thank you.